do you guys really celebrate Holi there like we do in India, or is it something
Yeah.
different? They do?
No, we do. Like, we do not use, varnish and all the dangerous colors. But
Yeah.
here we do use gulal and other stuffs. We go to a park and, just go
Oh,
crazy with
great.
balam
That's
pichkari in background. One major surprising thing for me was there is no UPI payment system here. Here there is no UPI. It mentioned an average package of around 114K someone got. So I think definitely something more than 100K. It's up to you how well you form relations with them. I have some seniors whom I can call at any time and they can help me. It's all up to you how well you network with people.
I think that's a good point. Networking is the key when you're going abroad to study. So, welcome to AMP podcast, everybody. So today we have with us Akshay, right? Or you can call him GyaaniBuddy also. He's a very famous YouTuber right now, and he posts videos and content related to study abroad itself. He himself is studying in California right now, California State University Fullerton campus, right? And he's pursuing his master's. So we'll hear more about him from him, Akshay himself. So Akshay, can you just go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit to our students?
Sure. So hello everyone, this is Akshay. I just completed my first semester here at Cal State Fullerton, and I'm really excited to share my experiences with you all. I also make YouTube videos, so feel free to check them out too, because I document my journey of my master's here in USA.
Perfect, perfect. So you did your bachelor's, Akshay, in Pune itself, right?
Right.
And
I did my bachelor's from PICT Pune.
fair enough, right. So while completing your bachelor, pursuing your bachelor's, was it always in your mind that you have to go abroad for a master's? Was it always a plan, or this just happened out of the blue?
To be honest, it was always the plan because I always, wanted to explore the world. I wanted to go out somehow. So yeah, actually, I chose engineering because I wanted to go out.
Mhm. Okay, so that was the plan initially for choosing engineering itself.
Yeah,
So, what exact course are you pursuing at CSU right now?
I'm pursuing computer science, masters in computer science.
Masters in computer science, and it's a 2 year course, I presume.
Yeah, 2 year course, 4 semesters. But you can obviously speed it up and complete it in 3 semesters also.
Okay, okay. So that's a mild option, I would say. It's either a 16-month course or a 24-month course, depending on the
Uh-huh.
stream.
Rather than options, one thing which I have noticed here is that there are credit requirements, and if you complete those credits in
Hmm.
whatever time you are comfortable, you can get your degree. So it does not have any time constraints.
Okay, got it, got it. Right, Akshay. So let's walk down to this entire journey. I think the aim of this podcast is to let students know what is the reality after they reach in USA, right? So the entire dream of studying abroad is very exciting, and people oversee some small things that might become
Mhm.
a very big hurdle after you land there. So that's what the aim of the podcast is. So let's start with the question like, what were you looking for in your dream school? Right? So what your priority filters and what should the students who are shortlisting right now also be looking at?
So Nikhil, honestly, to be like completely honest, I did not have any dream university. I just had a set of criterias which I wanted to be fulfilled.
Right.
So I only applied to those universities which had a good academic standing,
Mhm.
had good professors, which had done work in relevant fields in which I was interested.
Hmm.
Secondly, the cost of living and the tuition fees should balance each other out and should be minimal.
Mhm.
Uh, Another factor which I had in mind was the having big cities nearby, so that big opportunities, internships could be easily accessible.
Hmm.
And another thing which was not so important but was important for me was weather, because
Okay.
I was trying initially, like from the beginning, I was
Hmm.
trying to cut down hardships and make the experience as smooth as possible,
Hmm.
because नई जगह,
Hmm.
no घर, no mummy, so सब खुद करना है. So
Hmm.
why we want to complicate things with weather and stuff and fall sick and everything?
Hmm.
So these were some of my criteria.
Okay, so if I can sum it up, it's like the location, the weather, and the living cost, and also the academic standard of the university.
Academic standing, yeah.
Right, academic standing. So these were your priorities, and anything that you think was underrated, like any criteria that you put, When you were putting it, it was like an underrated thing. Ki, chalo milega to milega, it's fine. But it actually proved out to be very essential, like weather or the location. What exactly has been the biggest boon to you?
I would say each coin has both sides. So the location aspect, which I was thinking,
Mm-hmm.
so I did think that Cal states are a bit cheaper, but in California here the rents were extremely high. But at the same time, there are so many restaurants and so many places to look around and stuff. So it all balances out. So even if I'm spending money, I'm enjoying it. So
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
this was something.
And like you had some expectations after you got into CSU Fullerton, right? So you had some expectations from the university. So did the university really live up to your expectations?
Yes, like surprisingly, yes, because I did not expect, because of my experiences in India, our education systems are a bit different.
Yeah.
But here, the professors are quite friendly, the courses
Mm.
are flexible.
Mm.
And one of the other benefits I think of coming here is the Indian community here, the Indian students are in large number. And this does not mean that the university is not culturally diverse. There
Mhm.
are other students also. But
Mm.
having in majority of Indian students gives you a sense of belonging. You just feel like you are going to a college in Pune or Mumbai, and you
Mhm.
don't feel homesick.
Okay.
So, and seniors are there to help you out in everything you need. So,
Okay.
that helps you a lot.
I think yes, this the community building is very important aspect, I would say, because these 2 years, as you say, you will feel lonely, you will be quite self-dependent, if I may say, right? So my next question was going to be that, like, how many Indians did you interact? But you answered that anyway. So do you guys form a community there that you guys have to stick around like once a month? Do you guys meet up? Is there some kind of organized way of meeting, or is it just whenever you need help you can go out to a senior?
So basically, all of Indian students, live in communities. So student housing and everything. So we do have them as our neighbors, seniors as our neighbors, seniors working with us in our on-campus jobs.
Hmm.
We see them at regular intervals.
Hmm.
Also, the university has a lot of student clubs. So there is
Okay.
Indian Student Association. They organize
Hmm.
events and everything. So
Hmm.
major events, Diwali, Holi, we celebrate everything together.
Oh wow.
So
Hmm.
yeah, so we all, people can come together and interact. And obviously, if you form good relations, it's up to you how well you form relations with them. I have some seniors whom I can call at any time and they can help me.
Hmm.
So it's all up to you how well you network with people.
I think that's a good point. Networking is the key when you're going abroad to study, right? But one question one particular point did intrigue me. Do you guys really celebrate Holi there, like we do in India, or is it something
Yeah.
different? They
No,
do?
no, we do. Like, we do not use, varnish and all the dangerous colors. But
Yeah.
here we do use gulal and other stuffs. We go to a park and, just go
Oh,
crazy
oh,
with
great.
Balam Pichkari in background.
Okay, right, right. Great, 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 great. Apart from this, you also mentioned on-campus jobs, right? So, what is the scenario there? Like, we know as counselors, but as a student now that you have spent around 6 months there, right? How are the on-campus jobs? Is it available to every international student, or does it pay well?
So first, I would like to tell you like why on-campus jobs are so
Mm.
hyped and why are they important. Basically, on-campus jobs in California allow you to work for 20 hours per week, and for every hour they pay you around $15.5.
Okay.
So it proves out to be a good source of income, and you can easily balance out your living expenses and food, and you
Mm.
can even save a bit. So they are quite
Mm.
high in demand,
Mm.
because of which everyone wants them.
Achha.
So, there is a mismatch of demand to supply ratio, and
Mm.
they are much high in demand. So, you have
Mm.
to be extremely proactive
Mm.
to land them.
Okay.
So, yeah, so there are portals on which you can apply, you can network with people, get seniors to recommend you and stuff. So,
Okay. So, how
some
difficult was it to get your part-time job, like on-campus job?
I was a bit lucky because I started networking with my seniors even before I landed in USA. I did
Okay.
message few of them. I
Mm.
was asking for opportunities and all. So because of
Mm.
that, some of my seniors let me know as soon as new openings were on the portal. So because of that, I was able to land on-campus job in the first week of my being here only.
Nice, nice. So your networking played a big role, and that 1% edge got you this job, right? And you're happy, I
Definitely.
guess. You are
Yep.
earning well, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, moving on to the next segment, right? This is a little bit of a out of the box question, but it is very important to address. So it will be, what is the one thing that you were totally unprepared for in the USA when you landed there? So what was the one thing that surprised you the most?
Uh, as soon as I landed, so I think one major surprising thing for me was I was traveling with cash. So I did not have any bank account. I did not have a SIM card, international SIM card. So when I
Hmm.
landed, I thought, okay, I'll just, download the Uber app from the airport Wi-Fi and I'll book an Uber and go to Fullerton through Los
Hmm.
Angeles. It is around, one
Half an
hour
hour.
journey.
Okay, 1 hour.
Yeah, half an hour, 1 hour journey, depending on
Hmm.
the traffic you have. So I tried booking an Uber and found out that they only accept card. So no cash payment at
Hmm.
all. There is no UPI payment system
Hmm.
here. It
Hmm.
has been implemented wonderfully in India, but here
Hmm.
there is no UPI. So I had to make a few calls, ask seniors and family, to book me a cab instead. So that was
Okay.
a new change, and I had to live off my friend's hotspot for a week until I, set up my bank account and got a SIM card.
Hmm.
So these things, it would be good if you guys figure out before coming here only.
Small things,
Small
but
things.
actually make a huge difference.
A small
Without internet
international
or
recharge
without,
could have solved my problem. A small
yeah,
international recharge or a forex card, or talking with
hmm,
a senior already to lend me his credit card or something would have solved it.
yeah. Okay, that's great. So no cash basically. Like specifically, you will should have a bank account before you land. That is the gist of it.
I would like, if not a bank account, some means of making an online payment, because
Forex
bank
card.
you have to go in person and open the bank.
Hmm.
So that can't be helped.
Okay.
But until then, you should have some means of survival, if not
PayPal or
not just
forex card
cash.
for that matter. Right. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Apart from this, like, how do universities help you find a job in the States? You talked a lot about the network, your student community, but how much, like, what are your seniors, answers to this? Like, how much is the university helping them finding a job?
So yeah, like I just completed my first semester, so I personally don't know much about it, but I do know that in US generally and at
Hmm.
CSU Fullerton also there are career centers.
Hmm.
So these guys basically help you right from drafting your resume to updating it, making it better, to make helping you in interview preparation, as well as to getting you job interviews or something. So
Okay.
and they also like hold regular events to familiarize with you with your peers, as well as some job fairs so that you could interact with the company people and everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they basically look out for students and help them get placed.
Okay, got it, got it. And you are at a very prime location, right? Because around CSU Fullerton only, you can see like Los Angeles, Long Beach, Huntington Beach, or Irvine for that matter. All are very, very close, half an hour traction. So, do you find any job fairs or internship fairs like around the cities or something that you can attend as a student?
I haven't got an opportunity yet to go
Hmm.
and attend those, because even if I go, I am not legally allowed to work off campus right now, because there is a period of around 6 to 9 months, uh, like
Hmm.
after you land in the USA, till
Hmm.
which you can only work on campus. So I will be
Right.
definitely exploring those after once the semester starts in August. But there are many job fairs. You can go to other universities to attend it too. So as you mentioned, Long Beach is near, so we can
Hmm.
go to CSU Long Beach. We can go to
Hmm.
Los Angeles and
Hmm.
everywhere. So that is that. Networking and job opportunities in near Silicon Valley and Silicon
Hmm.
giants is good.
Okay, got it, got it. Perfect. So I think there are opportunities, but right now, as you're a first year student, you can't take advantage of it. But they do exist.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, because during this recession, there are a lot of students, right? That they ask, right, are there any job opportunities or how much does the university help? People are a little scared after reading all of that stuff on the paper or the news. That's why it's important for them to know that the universities and the job fairs are still continuing to do their work, right? It just depends on the student, I guess.
Definitely. So jobs are not that easy to get as they were easy, 2 years ago because of all the layoffs and stuff.
Hmm.
Because there were many skilled people who got laid off. So you are basically competing with them to get the jobs, and like there is, as I said, demand to supply ratio is offset a little bit,
Hmm.
and work from home, remote work has given people more time to work and reflect on things. So there are many factors, but if you do well and grab the right opportunities at the right time, I don't think it will be difficult. Like, I am not qualified to talk about it because I myself don't have a job yet, but I will give you guys an update once I land it myself.
Sure. I think we will redo this webinar or podcast with you once you have landed a job there. So one of my students recently also got a job, so we did the podcast with him as well. And exactly the point that you made, it is a little more difficult now to land a job. There are opportunities. So earlier, if you had to just send 50 resumes out, maybe now you have to do it for 75 or 85, 80 jobs. But yes, it is still possible. Right? That was his input. So perfect. It's perfectly in line with what exactly our students have told us. Apart from that, how do you like how much did it cost for your masters in total? Now this is something that will be a very huge question. So how much did it cost for you for your masters in total, and how did you finance it? Like, have you taken a loan or have you self financed?
So as I just have completed my first semester, I can give you a projection. I think maximum 50 to 55 lakhs it would require, including everything, 2 years of master plus living and everything.
Okay.
Uh, it like the amount will be obviously lesser because I have an on-campus job now, so I can take care of my living and food expenses of each
Hmm.
month by myself.
Hmm.
And I did also take an education loan, and I am also financing it from my own pocket right now. So
Okay.
both.
So was this loan a collateral loan or a non-collateral loan?
A non-collateral loan.
Non-collateral loan, and they give you a loan of how much amount?
40 lakhs.
40 lakhs. So with the non-collateral loan also, you were able to secure 40 lakhs. Rest 15 lakhs you were about to make from your pocket, but you are working right now. So you can handle your living costs.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, till now, I haven't touched the loan amount because I can balance it out. Uh, the first semester I was able to, but
Hmm.
probably from the next semester I will start using the loan amount. So it's up to you when you use the loan amount, or if it's okay if you just want to take it just for the sake of security when you go there, because there
Hmm.
are many variables which can go wrong, and it's good to have financials and not get stranded somewhere because of some unplanned events. So
Right. So I think you have put a very good point here, because most of our students feel that they should have their money in the bank account that much continuously throughout the 2 years. Whereas actually it's not. It's just for a visa purpose that you need to show. Rest, whether you use the loan or don't use the loan, it's completely onto you, right? So I think that's a brilliant example. So basically, the interest has not been levied on you yet because you have not used the loan amount at all, right?
but you do have to pay for the sanction,
Yeah,
sanction letter. So
yeah,
like I had to like pay some 50-60,000 rupees just to get the loan sanctioned to me. So
right.
even if I don't use it, no harm done.
Hmm.
But for that amount to get the security in the visa interview, that I do
Hmm.
have funds to finance myself, I did that.
Yes. So first great point is that loan sanction letters do work in the visa process, right? So we have tried to tell this to every student, but they kind of don't believe it, right? So that's first thing, that loan sanction letters do work. And then whether you use it or not, it's completely up to you. So that's great. I think you have played it out very smartly, right, for yourself, so that you don't have to pay any extra interest. That's great. That's great. And how much is the living cost in like in California per year? You have lived half a year there, right? And California is supposed to be one of the most costliest states to live in. So, how much do you think, on an average, an Indian student should keep for the living cost in California?
Well, according to my personal experience, living costs vary from area to area, even in California. California is overall expensive than the other states too. But
Hmm.
for me personally, per month, I would say $600 to $800. It varies.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you spend more, sometimes you go out with friends and all.
Mm-hmm.
So that much. But if you are really smart and you make the smart choices at the right time, so you can definitely bring it down to $600 or 650 per month.
Hmm. Okay, 650 per month. And how much is the rent out of the 600? How much rent do you pay?
So like if in a 1B apartment, like legally only three people are allowed to live. But if you
Hmm.
have a friend or something who is moving away and you help him out and you keep four people, so you could share the expenses together, and for that it can turn out only to be $400. But then it is obviously very cramped, so it's all about the choices, as I said, and you have to compromise with your quality of life if you want to save money. So either
Right.
you save money or you live comfortably. So that's up to you.
Okay, and what did you choose?
Initially, I was living in such a scenario, but then when I found an on-campus job, I switched to a better place and
Hmm.
with my
Right.
own room and all.
So the on-campus job gives you a lot of confidence, not just financially, but actually when you start earning, you can take these decisions. The quality of life actually improves a lot. Is it?
Yeah, because then you don't have to depend on your parents, and you don't have to feel the guilt that you are
Mm-hmm.
uh, asking for money from home and everything. If you have an on-campus job, then each month or each 15 days you get a paycheck right in your bank account from the university itself. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's great.
It's great. Okay. And what kind of on-campus job did you nail, by the way? What did you get?
I luckily got into the IT team only here at CSUF, so
Mm.
I think it will help me for my resume also as an
Mm.
experience, because we maintain servers, update websites, we do
Mm.
all kind of technical stuff here. Uh,
Oh.
Recently, I built the Jenkins pipeline and stuff. So everything, we manage an entire department.
Mm.
So all the IT requirements, hardware as well as software which come with it, we manage.
Oh, that's great. Eh? That's great. I think that not only is just a great way of getting money, but also working in teams, handling databases. So your knowledge base also gets improved. That's a great, great initiative that you have taken. Apart from this, like, does part-time work really help cover your expenses? So you were, for the past 3 4 months you were not working, and now you have recently started this, right? So how has your monthly expense grown, or is the part-time work that good that it can cover all the expenses that you have monthly?
Right. So, as I told you, like on an average, if I'm spending $800, my on-campus job, if I work 20 hours completely, if I get 20 hours now, having an on-campus job and getting 20 hours per week completely to work is a different thing. So, it might happen that you might have an on-campus job, but
Hmm.
your professor, your graduate, professor or your employer might have work delegated to you only for 10 hours. So, then you
Hmm.
can't claim the entire 20 hours for yourself. But if I do,
Hmm.
then I can earn around $1,000. So
Wow.
if I pay my $800 or something, I can even save 200 for myself. So it does pay good. But it depends on which job you are doing. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Perfect.
but it is better than having nothing at all. So I would
Mhm.
definitely suggest to get something in your hand at least.
Just follow up, just a follow up question. How difficult is to get assistantships? Like you talk about on campus jobs as well, right? So how difficult is to be a research assistant at a US university?
Um, I think I have watched many videos online, and many influencers talking about how to get research assistantships. So they say that start mailing the professors that you are interested in his work and all. But I don't think that usually works, because there are other seniors also who are on the ground, who have completed their first semester working under that professor, taking his class, and even they don't get it sometimes. So I think your best shot at it is when you are here, you have worked under the professor, you have met him personally, and then
Hmm.
you have showcased some project or some skill of yours to him, and then you got the research assistantship. But I think you should at least have one semester's worth of marks or GPA with you, on which you can showcasing which you can ask for a opportunity or a research
Research
assistantship or
to
something.
collaborate to it,
Because
right?
yeah, because back in India you have nothing to show to them. Like what can you possibly say that the other students here can't say to them?
Perfect. I think that makes perfect sense. Like once you have proved your worth, then you can ask for a research assistantship with that. uh, professor for that matter. I think, yeah, that's a great point. Okay, so that's it about the campus life, I guess. I think we know enough about the campus life. Now, just a little bit of detail about the off campus life or what holds in the future for you. So, you must have seen your seniors right now, like graduating. They might be graduating right now or looking for jobs, right? So, how bad is the recession or how difficult is to find a full time job for them in this particular period?
I would say, like, as I said earlier, that the demand to supply ratio has been messed up because of the layoffs recently. So I do know some seniors who got placed very easily because they, maybe they had a very good skill set or they were good communicators or something. Maybe they targeted a niche field somewhere where even though layoffs are happening, but that field is, very essential for the companies to work. So some people did that. Other people are struggling a bit, but
Hmm.
everyone has one or other, options so that they can stay here. There are many loopholes also, I think, which people use to stay here until they find a job.
Hmm.
So I think it's all about the leap of faith you take. If you decide to come here, then one way or another, it's just like your engineering degree, you completed it. So I
Hmm.
think you would complete this also.
Engineering degree.
Just the initial investment here is higher than your bachelor's degree.
Yeah. Okay, great. Your bachelor's was in the computer science domain itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so you followed up on your computer science dream. And how easy do you feel is it to get an H1B, right? Now, right now, though, you guys are on a student visa and you will get a post study work visa. But have you heard something about the H1B conversion? Because that has gone low in the past 1 or 2 years, right? So after 4 5 years, when your student visa actually expires, your post study work visa expires, do you think you will be able to convert it to an H1B?
I think if I'm lucky, because I heard that there is a lottery system, right, for getting the H1Bs. So I don't know, I pray to God regularly. So
Yeah,
if that works out, then definitely. Because if there's a lottery, then you can't do much. It's
yeah.
all up to your luck.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And which states have you traveled around USA or it's just California right now?
I did visit my aunt in Texas.
Okay. So
Yeah, in the
which
Spring
states do
Break.
you feel are like very good for Indian students to go and study abroad? Like not all 50 states will be friendly, right? So which states do you think are okay that these are the states that Indian students can feel a little safer and will get the opportunities?
Uh, I would also like to, couple cost of living with that. And because personally, California and Texas are my favorite. California, because there are a lot of opportunities. Silicon Valley is here.
Hmm.
So the ROI is good. Even if you
Hmm.
spend a bit, you will be earning quite a lot more than other states also in California because your expenses are also that high. And secondly, Texas, because Texas has good universities and, it's a no tax
Hmm.
state. So like
Hmm.
it's quite cheaper for
Hmm.
students to get their education done,
Right.
and opportunities are good too. So for me, California and Texas.
California and Texas. But are there any other states that you can think of? You have not been to those states, but have you heard your colleagues or your other students say that this state is also good?
Mm, Not personally, but I do know my friends who have gone to New York and all. So some universities who provide co-op programs
Yeah.
or other. So then it comes down to how good your university is and how they are supporting you. So New
Okay.
York is there. Then some people in Chicago are also doing good. So, but
Hmm.
Chicago has a bit cold weather, so I don't prefer Chicago.
Yeah. So I think
Then
you
it's
mentioned
my
twice.
yeah, it's my personal preferences. Other people who are not bothered by cold can definitely go to Chicago. I feel quite cold and windy, and so I come from Vidarbha in Maharashtra, so this is a hill
Oh,
station for me. Yeah.
exactly. I can understand because I was in Pune for 3 years, so I can understand that. So how is the CSU weather? It is very similar to India itself.
More like Pune, but better version, even better version of it. So
Really? Better than Pune. That's something
yeah,
that I've
and it's
rarely heard.
all year round there. Yeah, it's like Pune has some good days, some bad days. Here we take all the good days of Pune and keep it. The
Okay.
summers here are a bit hot, but
Mhm.
the weather is perfect. You can even see cherry blossom trees.
Hmm.
and everything is green because it's, the weather is quite supportive of all the plants. The parks are great, rivers, waterfalls. You can even see snow mountains, snow peaks from here
Hmm.
in January and the winters. You can
Okay.
literally, yeah, watch the mountains covered with snow. So it is amazing.
It's the perfect weather for you. Okay.
Yep.
ठीक है. And one of my penultimate questions will be, you mentioned networking a lot, and we actually believe in the same. That's why we want to grow up a community in USA. So people who are introverts or who are just going to USA right now, how important do you think networking will be for them in the next 5 years? Given that there is a recession, given that there will be shortage of jobs also, how important will networking be, and what are the different aspects of networking?
I personally feel that you are going to a new place, so you are working your way from the ground up. So you have no friends here, no family connections, nothing here.
Hmm.
So it all comes down to you and the way you grab opportunities. So for that,
Right.
if you find like-minded people who are willing to work together with you, willing to work on projects with you, willing to invest in your business or anything else, so or even if they are your seniors, they can recommend you to great positions if they find some for you, because
Right.
networking goes hand in hand. You help something, the other person with something, and they will help you back. So
Right.
it's all about being at the right place at the right time. So networking is very essential
Okay.
if you are coming to a new place.
I think it has helped you until now a lot, right? You first
Definitely.
of all, you landed in the airport, someone helped you out with the cab. Now you've got a part-time job just based on good networking skills, right? So I think people skill is something that will be put to test once you go and study abroad and
Definitely.
start a life abroad, right? So what is your ultimate plan there? Do you want to stay there for the next 5 or 10 years, or do you want to come back to India after a certain point of time?
Like I will give you the same answer I gave to my visa officer. So like I'm definitely doing my masters here, so I would like to test out and implement all that I've learned here. Then
Hmm.
maybe I'll eventually come back to India. But right now I do want to try out everything and get experiences here, because the
Hmm.
US experience does look good on and resume
Yeah,
in Indian companies.
right.
So
So do you have any seniors who are coming back just after they're finishing their masters?
I haven't heard yet, but if they don't find any jobs in this scenario, they might come back, take a break, and maybe come back again some way or the other. But yes, or some people, I'm not sure if that is possible. Maybe you can guide me if people can switch from here to Canada or some other countries for the time being and then switch back again.
Hmm.
There are many theories and many loopholes which people are, working on right now.
Working on. Hmm. It actually is not that easy. It requires a very good, faithful employer, right,
Okay.
to pull off such feats. But yeah, I
Mm.
think the point that I wanted to know was, are people thinking like that to come back to India? Because if you're going spending 40, 50 lakhs, as you mentioned, 55 lakhs on your studying abroad, why would you come back to earn in INR when you can actually work at, USD? So what is the average salary that you hear about? Like, what is the average salary that people get out of CSU Fullerton?
So like, yeah, today morning only I was passing by the screens present on our campus. So I think it mentioned an average package of around 114K someone got. So I think, yeah, so basically 100K is the safest I am considering. I don't know what scale of
Mm-hmm.
comparison that is, because I don't know personally what
Hmm.
works here. So
Right.
definitely something more than 100K.
100K. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So, I mean, this is computer science, obviously, given computer science pays you well. But even in the worst case scenario, I would take like $80,000, right? And that means around 60 to 64 lakhs. That means whatever you invested, right, you are getting the return of investment within 1 year. Obviously, tax deductions and all ke baad, you will have enough money to close off your loan within 2 years, I guess. Within 2 to 3 years, you can close off your entire loan.
I'm not pretty sure about those calculations, but because there are many expenses here, as you
Yeah.
said, tax. So tax is a big thing here. More
Hmm.
than 30% of your salary, they will only take.
Hmm.
So tax is there. Then obviously you will be moving out to a better home, so your rent will be more. You will get a car. Your car thing
Hmm.
will be there. You will have credit cards and stuff. So I personally don't. I haven't gone through there, but yeah, definitely 2-3 years.
Hmm.
You should be able to pay off your loan if you are following the general path everyone is following.
Right. So I think most of our students do hesitate to take a loan of 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs. It's a huge loan. In India, 40, 50 lakhs, may people take it for houses, right? Not for anything else. So what do you recommend? Like they should take this leap of faith or take this chance, because if you see the statistics, people are paying off their loans, right? So what is your opinion on that? People should take this chance or not?
I personally feel that people should not endanger their family or something like that. They should take the leap of faith only if they have a plan B in place. That worst
Okay.
case scenario, if you're confident that if you don't get something, if Russia declares war on the USA and everything gets shut off and Prime Minister Modi then ships us off on an airplane back to India, what will you be able to work in India on,
Hmm.
let's say, say 15 to 20 LPA at
Hmm.
least, and then pay off your loan? If not, then work your way up to that level maybe and then do that.
Right. Perfectly. I think that's a very well put answer, right, to the question. And last but not the least, I would definitely want to know a little more about your study abroad application process, right? So I just got to know, like, you did face some rejections from the universities and some acceptances also, right? So what was your journey like when you applied to these all top universities?
So me personally, uh, got to experience the first hand experience of getting the rejections for my fall semester, because I did that without a counselor, and I did not, I think, know how to properly word my statement of purpose. So because of that, I got rejections. I did not even get a single admit. But
Hmm.
the next time, then I hired a counselor, because obviously uh, they have placed so many students abroad. They know which profiles match which
Hmm.
colleges, match my profile, which are the ambitious and which are the safe universities, which I will definitely get, where I
Hmm.
can even apply for scholarships or something.
Hmm.
So, and they basically know what the universities want to
Hmm.
hear or listen, or
Hmm.
how to showcase your personal skills to them to show that you are a valuable asset to their university so that they might accept you. So every university needs something different. Someone focuses on research, someone focuses on extracurricular activities, someone focuses on both. So you should be able to portray them, and no one better to do it than a consultant who has done this 100 times before you also. So
Right. So yeah, apart
this
from this,
time,
like,
yeah.
yeah, go on, please go on.
So like then with the counselors, I was able to get into Cal State Fullerton.
Okay, got it. So apart from the essay writing guidance that these counselors gave you, right, study abroad counselors, what all benefits did you see with just going with a counselor? Like, what all steps did they help you with?
So first thing is you have someone to call 24/7. You can call them and ask
Mm,
them like, this is happening. What should I do?
mm,
For visa, I have to show this much amount. Is this okay? Is this not
mm,
okay? They will give you guides to for prepare your documents and all.
mm,
They also tell you if the visa slots are open, if you should book the visa,
mm.
and even help you prepare for your visa interviews, giving mocks and everything. So
Right.
these are some of the things which I was helped with.
Hmm. Okay, perfect, perfect. And I think the gist of it was like it was better to go with a study abroad counselor, right? So
Definitely.
they can put. I think there are a lot of things that you need to consider before putting 55 lakhs into risk, and then having someone with experience guiding you as a consultant, it makes it much more smoother, right?
I would say if you are planning to pay 50, 60 lakhs for your education, why not pay a little bit more for a seamless experience and
Yeah.
to go to a foolproof thing.
All right. I think that's the logic that we also present to students, right? Because yes, we are also a company, we are also a profit making entity. But at the end of the day, the work that we're doing is making your 55 lakhs very secure, right? And if those 55 lakhs are used, you will never see yourself regretting spending this extra 20, 30,000, right, with the counselor, right? So I think that's a brilliant point that you made. Anything else that you want our students to know before they board that USA flight? Some advice from your side, some key advice.
Uh, like nothing. Like I would say that this is an experience. So come with an open mind and don't come if you have any specific like goals that I want to do this only, that only. Like keep an open mind, come experience new people, new technologies. Everything is changing now. For example, AI is here, so the traditional way some jobs we were doing, people will be laid off because of that. But then you have to adapt. So be keeping an open mind and coming here to experience and enjoy is a better thing than coming here with just a narrow mind and saying it. I just want to do this, and what if that does not work out?
Yeah.
So
But one question here, like you said, if you should, people should go with an open mind and they should enjoy themselves. But how difficult do you think when you have a loan of 50 lakhs, is it to convince your mind that yes, you should enjoy? Like, isn't that a challenge for you?
yeah, so I would say, as some wise person has said, that if something is troubling you, can you do something about it right now?
Yes,
If not, then don't think about it. If
true.
you have a plan of that, okay, I have this much loan, what is the best way to pay it off to get a good paying job at the end? So for that, what should I do? I should study well, score good, prepare well, and land that job interview when it comes. Well,
Yeah,
I'm like, I have no right to speak so high and mighty. I haven't got my job yet, but I
yes,
hope like this will help, because if in the end, if it is not going to work out, then okay, why not enjoy yourself now? Like take
okay.
all the experiences, and why to be in tension if you have to take tension later?
I think that's a very unique perspective that you have, and I think this is the best way because you are anyway going through this journey. Why not do it with confidence, and why not do it with a little more positivity rather than the negativity, right? I think that's a great input from you. So thank you so much, Akshay, right, GyaaniBuddy, for joining us on this podcast. I think you have given us very good insights on what students should keep in their mind before they fly off to USA. What will happen once they reach in USA, and how important are the main part of this entire podcast was networking. How important has networking been for you, and how it has panned out? So very much thanks. Last word that you want to say something?
Nothing, just this. If you guys are interested, you can definitely check out my personal channel Akshay SD, where I have made many videos documenting my journey right from India, what things I packed for the US, what food I packed, what medicines I carried, and how
Hmm.
was my first flight to USA from Mumbai, everything. So if you guys are interested, do check that out.
Yeah, so a request to all of our students also to check out GyaaniBuddy YouTube channel. I think he posts very interesting stuff, and that was one of the most intriguing reasons to call you on this podcast also, because we found your content very relatable to what our students were asking before applying for. I think you are still very early in your journey, so I think there is 1.5 years left at CSU Fullerton, and I hope that you have many amazing stories to share with us the next time. Right? Okay, thank you so much, Akshay.
Thank you. You too.